What is up, everybody? It's Raymond and Sky here with another episode of the Brew Sportscast. So tasty. So tonight, we're going to do the same thing as last week. We're going to do a quick review of the Colts Jags game. We'll do our upgraded to 10 game pick'em.
Yes, we decided to do more pick'ems because we were having too many picks that were the same, so we decided to spread it out to 10 games. So we're going to always do the Thursday night game, then we're going to do the Jags game, and 8 others.
Right. And then we'll finish the episode with the preview of next Sunday's game against the Chargers. So, you were at the game. How was it?
Oh, dude, it was so lit. Like, it was awesome being in that stadium.
Yeah.
And toward the fourth quarter, like everybody around us was just like anxious and like just come on, let's get a shutout, shutout.
Yeah.
And they were like, come on, let's go score one more time, let's make it 31.
Yeah.
And like
at one point I was just like, keep scoring. Yeah, put up 40.
It was so awesome. Like that. Who was I talking about today? Or maybe I was just hearing it on the radio. No, I think it was either the radio or maybe I was talking to you about how Joel. It was Joel I was talking to. He called me earlier, talking about how from week one, which we were in that game, like we could have easily beat them, but from week 1 to week 2, the complete turnaround, and how we've never seen a Jaguars coach in the past take a team and fix every little single problem in 1 week.
Yeah.
And like just completely, the DBs like were even covering,
like
they were breaking up passes.
Yeah.
Like, the defensive line, of course, monsters. Just I felt bad for Matt Ryan. He was just getting eaten alive.
At one point, Arden Key ran around the edge, and Matt Ryan just fell. He was like, "Screw it," and just fell. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
but
it was awesome. Offense was clicking. Trevor Lawrence was on point with his throws.
Well, you know why? They got him out. He got him out really quick, which is really good.
Yeah, they weren't like basically giving him too much time back there, or too much decision making. Not saying he can't make those decisions,
right?
But they like got him in the groove by just having quick release and yeah.
Rayshon Jenkins had a great game, probably his best game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Trayvon Walker had a good game. He wasn't really like he was last week, but he had a good game. Josh Allen, the real Josh Allen, had a heck of a game.
Yeah, Lloyd
with the interception. Yeah, the whole defense, the whole dang team.
Yeah, offense. The receivers looked amazing. Like Zay Jones, Marvin Jones. I'm not going to say Marvin Harrison this time, and Christian Kirk. We looked like the freaking Bengals receiving core out there.
Yeah.
Like the freaking Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. Like it just.
Yep. A little side note I heard on the radio this morning, LaVisca up in California, up in Carolina, he's been inactive for the last 2 games.
Dang.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But overall, that game was just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, it was awesome. It was fun being in that stadium and witnessing it.
Was it louder than it usually has been? Like the
like Joel was we were talking about this earlier. Like the last game I remember it being like was when we played the Colts at home last year and beat them early on in the season. I think it was actually our opener. Was it our opening?
It's the last game of the year we beat them.
That was away though.
No, it wasn't. It was home. You finished the season at home.
We'll have to look at that because I remember walking out the stadium and like Joel talking shit to all the fans, like saying you don't want that smoke.
You told me he does that every game. So
But I'm saying, like, I remember it was the beginning. I remember it being the beginning of the season because we were excited for the season, like underneath the Urban era. This is, our year.
We finished the season here.
Unless I'm getting confused, and it was the year before when we started with when we beat them.
We beat them. We beat them. That's with Gardner.
Yeah,
that was with Gardner.
And that was the
one game we won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But with the way we played yesterday and the AFC South, it's up for grabs. The Texans seem better than what I thought they would be. Keeping up with teams. They almost beat Denver yesterday. Last week I forget who they played, but the Colts. They tied the Colts. So I mean, I think we just got to worry about the Titans.
I want to go throw some money right now on Jags to win the division.
Yeah.
I should have done it when I was in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I just hope they bring the same intensity next week in the rest of the season.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm hoping this is just like a launch pad for like a good season. Like I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, we just beat the Colts, we're going to win the Super Bowl."
Right.
But I'm hoping this is a sign that our team is turning it around and like we're going to continue to build on this and do well the rest of the season.
We will see. All right. You want to move on to the 10-game pick'em? Or did you have anything else to say?
No.
All right.
All right, so we'll do the 10-game pick'em. So this week we are going to do the Los Angeles Chargers versus Jacksonville, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland, Buffalo versus Miami, Green Bay versus Tampa, Detroit versus Minnesota, Las Vegas versus Tennessee, Baltimore versus New England, the Rams versus Arizona, San Francisco versus Denver, and Houston versus Chicago.
All right, but before we get started, how did you do this past weekend?
So I think we're tied right now because
you went 4-1, right?
I went 4-1,
and you went 4-1, and I went 2-3.
Yeah.
So we're both 5-5 going into week 3.
Yeah, I just want to point out that you picked freaking the Colts to beat Jacksonville.
Until we won a game,
our home opener, and you went with the opposing team.
Until we won a game, I was going to pick the opposing team. Okay, and it was reverse psychology. Okay. So, all right. So
let's see what you picked this week. All right. So week 3, game 1, Chargers versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's traveling to the West Coast. Who do you have?
Keyword West Coast.
Okay.
I'm going with the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right. So I actually had circled the Chargers at first, but then I was thinking about it. I mean, as fired up as they are after this past win and the way Trevor was looking in that defense, and then Herbert being possibly out, and even if he is in, he may be injured and not be on top of his game, even though he did freaking carry it like a champ.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I'm not doubting his ability to do that, but I'm actually picking Jacksonville with the upset.
All right, and on the West Coast, they don't win on the West Coast, so and I went with the Chargers because of that, but I'm hoping we can pull it off.
They also don't shut out teams much, but
they don't, and when we do, it happens to be the Colts. They were our last shutout team.
All right, next up is Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. Oh, I didn't circle this. Oh, crap.
I'll cover mine up.
Yeah.
This man's cheating already.
You know what? No, that's what I was going to do. Okay. All right. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland.
I have Pittsburgh winning that game. Oh. After watching Cleveland give up 14 points to the New York Jets in a minute and a half yesterday, their defense is not as good as I thought they were, but the Steelers aren't as good as I thought they were. So, I mean, but I'm taking the Steelers.
It's funny. I actually had Pittsburgh to win that division, and it's looking more and more like that's a chance, which nobody thought it would be. But in this game, and I actually had them beating Cleveland this game originally when we discussed it. But for this game, I'm actually picking Cleveland. I think Chubb is going to run all over, and I really like Cleveland's offense. I think Jacoby Brissett is actually looking pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to pick Cleveland.
That's 2 wins for me.
All right, Buffalo, Miami.
Man, I mean, look at the Dolphins. Look at what they're doing. They were down 35-14 in the fourth quarter yesterday and come back and won 42-38 against the Ravens.
Yeah.
So at Baltimore, unfortunately, I'm taking the Bills.
Okay.
I'm taking the Bills. They're just too strong.
So I'm actually going to take Miami.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh. No. Bills Mafia. I'm taking the Bills. All right. Next up is Green Bay versus Tampa.
Oh, boy. I thought about this for a couple minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's in Tampa. I'm going with the Bucks. I said the Bucks, but and then I found out about Mike Evans being suspended for one game.
And Julio, I think, is still out.
And Godwin, I think, is banged up a little bit. But I'm still going with the Bucks.
All right, so I took Green Bay, and the reason why is Brady. That team has not clicked yet in these first couple games. I think they're not playing as strong as they should be. And Aaron Rodgers just proved last night that he starts off slow, but they are a team that can win.
It was Bears.
Yeah, but still, look at it's still a turnaround from week one what they were.
All right.
Green Bay always starts off slow.
We'll see next weekend.
And I think next up is Detroit and Minnesota.
All these games that we picked this weekend are really good.
Yeah.
Detroit,
there's a couple I really had to debate about.
Yeah, Detroit is shocking a lot of people. They almost won week one. They won yesterday convincingly against the team we lost to. So I thought about it for a second, but it's in Minnesota. I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going with the Vikings too.
Yeah.
I think Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins are going to have a repeat of last week.
Yeah.
All right. Las Vegas and Tennessee.
Screw the Titans, man. Raiders all the way.
Titans are not looking like the team that I thought they would this year. And Las Vegas is very exciting. Even though they just lost, I'm going with Vegas.
They lost a heartbreaker, too.
Yeah, I'm going with Vegas. Baltimore, New England.
Oh, I'm going with the Ravens.
Yep, me too. Lamar Jackson tearing it up.
Yeah.
Next up is Los Angeles Rams versus Arizona.
I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, me too. San Fran and Denver.
Since they got Jimmy Garoppolo back, I'm going with the 49ers.
Yep. If Trey Lance was at quarterback, I'd probably go with Denver.
Exactly.
Now that Jimmy G's back and he is their solidified starter, doesn't have to worry about competing or anything, I think he's going to start tearing it up for them. Yep. I'm going with San Fran. I think they're turning it around.
Even though it's week 3, they're turning it around already.
Houston versus Chicago is our final game.
I am going with Chicago.
This is one that was tough for me, but I still think Houston sucks worse than Chicago, and I'm going with Chicago.
The whole AFC South sucks besides the Jags.
Yep. All right,
so that's our 10-game pick'em for the week. We will update you guys next week.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's preview this week's game against the Chargers.
Man, excited to watch this game. Like I said, I hope the momentum is just carrying over and that they take it to the West Coast, and that they actually prove everybody wrong that they can play out on the West Coast and do something that's not usually done.
Yeah. I saw something. I don't know when teams from the East Coast usually travel to the West Coast, but Doug Peterson has actually talked to like sleep experts because of the traveling and the time change and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So they're traveling down there or over there on Saturday, the day before the game. So because they'll be still on East Coast time kind of, but I'm excited. I mean, they got to show it more than 1 week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just excited.
Yeah. I think they look good, and I believe every Jags fan is just hoping that was not a fluke, which I don't think was the case.
If we pull this off on Sunday, oh my goodness, dude.
We should have gotten recognition already after shutting the Colts out, not just beating the Colts. But if we go to LA and beat the Chargers in LA,
yes,
we are definitely going to get recognition.
I would hope so. I know ESPN hates us, it seems like. But,
yeah, for the most part, yeah.
But they do. The Chargers have a tough defense. They got Derwin James. They got I think it's one of the Bosas. I'm not going to say the first name because I don't know who, but it's Bosa. It's a Bosa.
It's Joey.
It's Joey, and then Khalil Mack, I believe, is on the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they also got what's his name, Tranquil or whatever. How do you say that?
I don't know who you're talking about.
The freaking linebacker. He's either linebacker or defense end.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about, but it's gonna be a tough one. But I'm hoping for a good outcome.
Yeah, they also aren't the Chargers? Isn't that the team with that cornerback? What's his name? Is it Jackson or whatever? That's supposed to be like the best corner in the league, according to some of like ESPN experts, that they believe he's like going to be the best corner in the league.
Maybe.
I believe it is because I believe when I was watching the game the other day, they were mentioning it. I think his name's Jackson, and I want to say he actually got burned on a pass, but yeah,
That usually happens to the best corners.
they have a tough defense either way. And their offense, I mean, Herbert's an amazing quarterback. And Eckler at running.
Man, if we can stop 2 running backs, top 5 running backs 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, yeah.
And if Trevor can get the ball out like he did this past week and wide receivers get open, I think we have a shot.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping we shut down Eckler this week.
Yeah.
And then positive is that Keenan Allen's still going to be out.
Is he still out?
Yep. So we just have to focus on Mike Williams.
Mike
Williams is, he's a beast. But if we just have one receiver like that to focus on, Then...
Oh yeah, and they have Gerald Everett at tight end.
Mm-hmm.
We've never really been good at covering tight ends. Maybe that was Miles Jack, but I mean we've got some quicker linebackers now, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing else. We got anything else to preview on the game?
No. Just excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's only Monday. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for tonight's episode. I'm Raymond.
And I'm Scar. This is the Brew Dude Sportscast.
Until next time.
Keep it brewing.